And now across the couch we have former director of the CIA and the NSA and the author of a brand new book, Playing to the Edge, American Intelligence in the Age of Terror, General Michael Hayden. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, General.
Okay, so Jimmy Fallon was just talking about politics. Which of the political candidates running for president right now would be best to take on the threats facing America?
Of all the folks standing, my personal view right now, John Kasich. He's not oversimplified the problem. He understands they're complicated. He hasn't resorted to bumper stickers. And he's got a pretty strong resume. I mean, executive in Ohio, of course. But also, when he was in the Congress, he was on the Armed Services Committee.
Right.
And the fact that he was born in Pittsburgh does not influence my judgment.
Are you from Pittsburgh?
Oh, yes, I might be.
Oh, how convenient.
No, but he is a very serious man, and he got good marks when he was on the committees. He did his homework.
So yesterday, Donald Trump was asked that very question, who are you talking to on foreign policy? And he says, I think he was kidding. He talks to himself.
Oh, I don't think he was kidding.
No, okay. Would you answer his call? Because I know a lot of other people have said, hey, I'm open to helping out any way I can.
Certainly, if someone had been elected president of the United States and asked someone like me, could you offer me your views?
But not during the election process?
Duty would require you to do it, all right? Because now you're helping a person who's going to be president. Helping someone now is actually helping someone to be president. That's a different decision, Brian.
Understood.
Well, Donald Trump released an ad on national security going after Hillary Clinton. I want to play this ad for you and get your reaction.
Okay.
General.
Speaking of oversimplifying complex international situations.
15 seconds.
It's a funny ad.
It is a funny ad.
But do you see the real reality in it? Because the next person, I know you know this, the next person's got to have steel in their spine willing to take on Russia and ISIS.
No, look, and I get it. And you and I have talked about this in a variety of fora, Brian, on your show, on your radio show, and so on. I vote for, we need to be tougher. We need to be taking a harder line. I get that. And so that broad instinct I would support. But oversimplifying it, going beyond the edge in terms of what it is you do, that's not the right answer.
Well, what about Hillary saying that no one died in Libya? I mean, you have to have your facts, right?
We have a soundbite.
Okay.
People miss that. Watch this.
We've got to continue to support the Libyan people, to give them a chance, because otherwise you see what's happened in Syria with the consequences of millions of people flooding out of Syria, with more than 250,000 people killed, with terrorist groups like ISIS taking up almost a huge swath of territory, as big as some of the states in that area. So, yes, I mean, Libya was a different kind of calculation, and we didn't lose a single person.
What do you think she was talking about there?
Yeah, she's talking about the first effort, the main effort of the armed forces overthrowing Gaddafi. I could sense immediately after she said that she wanted a do-over for not recognizing that we did lose people. Look, we've had 3 interventions or non-interventions: Iraq, which was all in; Libya, which was in and out; and Syria, we're not going there at all.
We didn't do anything.
Right, and they all turned out bad. Back to the broad point, this is complicated stuff. You can't answer it with just simple sound bites.
But to be proud of the Syrian effort, which the president said he was in this huge story about his foreign policy, is astounding to me.
Let me say something harsh, okay, Brian? The people responsible for the tragedy that is Syria are Bashar al-Assad and Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. The one person on earth who had it most within his power to minimize that suffering was Barack Obama.
Talk about how complicated things are around the world and combine that with ISIS. ISIS has made it pretty clear they want to do something to possess destructive capabilities regarding our cyber stuff. That's pretty terrifying.
It is. It is. And I saw John Carlin, who's in the Department of Justice, their national security guy, said that that's a clear and present danger. I agree with John. John's a good guy. I can't explain to you, though, why it hasn't happened yet. These guys are cyber smart. They use the web for everything, but they have not yet tried to conduct a destructive cyber attack, and I can't explain it.
Speaking of cyber, do you think foreign governments got into Hillary Clinton's server?
Steve, the standard answer I would give you, lacking evidence, and I haven't done forensics, is I would lose respect for dozens of foreign intelligence services if they are not already thumbing through the emails.
Wow, that's incredible. And the other story that's come out is that she asked for the BlackBerry to get secured access for her BlackBerry and was turned down.
Yeah.
Weeks later, she has her server online. What does that let you conclude?
Well, there are two dynamics at work there, Brian. One is, why did my old agency not help, be a little bit more forthcoming in giving a more secure device? I don't understand it. I don't know the facts, and so I'm not going to judge it. But it also reveals that the Secretary was indeed concerned and aware of the danger of using her vanilla BlackBerry for this kind of work. And so that, that's actually fairly dark.
What is your advice for the person that does win the presidency when they're stacking their cabinet with their best people? What's your advice for them going forward?
Stack your cabinet with the best people. Go for talent.
And not money, and not who's endorsed you, and not...
I would not. There's been a broad pattern in American history that presidents have 2 terms actually have very strong cabinets in their second term because they're done paying their debts and they're just going after talent.
Sure.
We need to do that in the first terms.
Well, listen, this is a very talented person who, by the way, on this St. Patrick's Day, is celebrating a birthday. His birthday is St. Patrick's Day, and he's going to stick around because, and this is going to be, you will be the first former director of the CIA who has done Cooking with Friends.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday, and you're Irish.
And your book is a New York Times bestseller, Playing to the Edge. It's a must-read.
Thank you. Thanks for saying
So you got to stick around for another hour, and we got free whiskey.
Okay.
I'm not telling you how to. Free whiskey outside.